If you've ever thought, creatine sounds interesting, but I'm worried about my kidneys, you are not alone. In fact, this fear is the #1 reason seniors avoid creatine, even when it could help their strength, balance, and energy. I hear this concern constantly. I've had viewers tell me, my doctor never warned me about creatine, but my neighbor said it ruins kidneys, so I stayed away. Others say, I didn't want to risk it. At my age, one mistake feels expensive. That hesitation is understandable. Today, we're going to separate myth from medical reality. Not opinions, not fitness hype, but what decades of human research actually show about creatine and kidney health after 60. And by the end of this video, you'll know where the kidney myth came from, who should truly be cautious, and who may be avoiding creatine unnecessarily. Now stay with me, because this misunderstanding has kept many older adults from a tool that could genuinely improve quality of life. In the last video, we talked about how creatine supports muscle strength, improves cellular energy, and may help seniors maintain independence. I've heard from people in their late 60s and 70s who said things like, I'm not trying to look younger, I just want to carry groceries without worrying, or I want to feel steady getting out of a chair again. But none of that matters if it isn't safe. So let's address the concern head on. Where did the kidney damage myth come from? This fear did not come from well-designed clinical trials in seniors. It came from 3 main sources. The first is the blood test confusion. Creatine breaks down into a byproduct called creatinine. Creatinine is commonly used as a marker of kidney function. So when someone supplements creatine, blood creatinine levels can rise slightly. Not because kidneys are damaged, but because there's simply more creatine in the system. Doctors saw higher creatinine numbers and assumed kidney stress, even though kidney filtration was functioning normally. Think of it like seeing more smoke and assuming there's a fire without checking the engine. The second are case reports, not controlled studies. A handful of isolated case reports, often involving dehydration, extremely high doses, pre-existing kidney disease, or stacking multiple supplements, were widely cited. Despite not representing typical use, creatine got lumped in with anabolic steroids, extreme bulking diets, and aggressive training. That stigma stuck, especially in older populations. But stigma is not science. Across dozens of controlled clinical trials, researchers have examined creatine use in older adults, people with type 2 diabetes, individuals with reduced muscle mass, and medically monitored populations. And what was the consistent finding? Creatine does not impair kidney function in healthy individuals. Large reviews published in respected journals have found no evidence of kidney damage when creatine is taken at standard doses, with adequate hydration, and in people without existing kidney disease. Importantly, this includes adults over 60. This is where nuance matters. As we age, kidney filtration naturally slows, medications become more common, and hydration habits often decline. So safety comes down to context, not blanket fear. Research involving seniors shows no decline in kidney filtration rate, no increase in kidney injury markers, and no worsening of renal labs when creatine is used responsibly. In fact, many of these studies specifically monitored kidney labs because of these concerns and still found no harm. I do have a critical safety note to point out. Creatine is not for everyone, and pretending otherwise would be irresponsible. You should not supplement creatine without medical guidance if you have diagnosed chronic kidney disease or reduced kidney function, a history of kidney stones, or advanced liver disease. If you're taking medications that affect kidney filtration, such as certain diuretics or chemotherapy agents, consult your doctor. But if creatine isn't appropriate for you, that does not mean you're out of options. If you have kidney issues, you can still support strength and energy by focusing on gentle resistance training, even chair-based exercises, still getting adequate protein from kidney-appropriate sources, and continuing with consistent hydration habits, as well as walking, balance work, and muscle activation, and addressing vitamin D or B12 deficiencies if present. Creatine is a tool, not the only tool. Let's talk about hydration. This matters more than most people think. You may have heard, creatine dehydrates you. That's misleading. Creatine pulls water into muscle cells, not out of the body, which is part of how it supports muscle function. But here's the bigger truth. Hydration is critical for kidney health whether you take creatine or not. And seniors are already at higher risk of dehydration due to reduced thirst signals, medications, warmer environments, and lower fluid intake. Simple hydration rule. Drink water regularly. Don't wait for thirst. Be extra mindful during warm weather or increased activity. Supporting hydration supports kidney health. Period. As far as my dosing philosophy for seniors, I will keep it brief since we'll go deeper in the next video, but research supports a conservative approach with no loading phase required, but instead a lower, steadier dose is a lot better. The goal is support, not saturation. This is one reason safety outcomes in older adults are so strong. What worries you most about creatine? Kidney health, medication interactions, side effects, or uncertainty about dosage? Drop your concern in the comments. I read them, and they will shape future videos. Fear around creatine has led many seniors to accept muscle loss, avoid strength support, and resign themselves to decline. But the safety data doesn't support that resignation. When used appropriately, creatine supports strength, reduces fatigue, and may help preserve independence. Avoiding it out of fear, without evidence, can carry its own cost. Let's summarize. The kidney myth came from blood test confusion, not damage. Controlled studies show no kidney harm in healthy older adults. Hydration matters, with or without creatine. Some people should avoid creatine, and that's okay. There are always alternative ways to support strength. Fear should never replace evidence. Now that safety is clear, the next logical question is, how should seniors actually use creatine, if they choose to? In video number 3, we'll cover the safest form of creatine, senior-appropriate dosing, timing for best results, and common mistakes to avoid. Because how you use it matters just as much as whether you use it. If this video eased concerns or clarified confusion, please give it a like so more people can find accurate information. Subscribe if you want evidence-based guidance for aging well, without hype or fear. And when you're ready, watch video number 3, how seniors should take creatine, dosage, timing, and best type. The release date should be within 48 hours of the publication of this video. Your health decisions deserve clarity, not myths.